President Bola Tinubu vows to intensify efforts against insecurity. Kenya authorities offers amnesty to citizens enlisted in Russian war. And Russian president congratulates North Korean leader on his re-election as chairman of state affairs. Now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has promised to intensify efforts against insecurity across various parts of the country. Tinubu said this when he hosted Vice President Kashim Shettima and 23 governors at his Lagos home in Ikoyi during the weekend. In a statement released by his spokesperson Bayo Ononuga, the president said he's making all efforts to ensure the joy of victory over tyranny is collective, stressing his commitment to strengthening contacts and networks that are necessary, which formed part of his discussion during his visit to the United Kingdom on equipment and support. Speaking on the conflict in the Middle East, President Tinubu asked the governors to show more care for the vulnerable, which has contributed to the rise of inflation. At the meeting with President Bola Tinubu at his Ikoyi residence in Lagos, the Nigeria Governors Forum has said it has submitted its contribution on the proposed state police framework to the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, with the document expected to be transmitted to the National Assembly. The NGF chairman and Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak disclosed this. Abdulrazak stated that discussions on state police were ongoing among various security organizations led by the National Security Advisor. He reaffirmed the governor's commitment to renewing their collaboration with security forces to defeat terrorism, expand infrastructure, and improve the lives of citizens. The Delta State Police Command has dismissed claims that the controversial Aliudu festival in Ozoro was a rape festival, stating no victim has officially reported rape in connection with the incident. The State Police Public Relations Officer, Bright Edafe, on Monday during a media chat said that among the 4 girls that were interviewed, no one said they were raped. He stressed that investigations are guided strictly by evidence and witness statements. Speaking on the Aliudo festival, Edafe explained that it is a tradition organized by a chief priest to pray for barren women seeking the fruit of the womb. He, however, noted that due process was not followed in organizing the event, as key authorities, Ozoro Kingdom, students, and police, among others, were not informed beforehand, which led to the sexual assault on innocent women. The police had since arrested 15 suspects, including the community head and chief organizer of the festival, for further investigation. The police spokesperson urged parents and guardians to pay closer attention to their children, emphasizing that safeguarding should not be limited to the girl child alone. Away from Nigeria, Kenya's recruited to fight for Russia in the war against Ukraine are said to be granted amnesty upon returning home. The announcement followed Foreign Minister Musalia Mudavadi's visit to Moscow, where both countries agreed to halt further recruitment and allow those unwilling to continue fighting to return. Authorities said an estimate of 252 Kenyans had been recruited over the past 6 months. Many were allegedly lured with promises of well-paid civilian jobs. 44 have been repatriated, 11 reported dead and missing, and about 160 still on the front line. According to Kenya's foreign ministry, Kenyans may join other armies if they are citizens of another country or have written permission from the country's president. Authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo have launched a formal investigation following the seizure of millions of United States dollars at Ndjili International Airport as the country intensifies its crackdown on financial crimes. Justice Minister Guillaume Ingafa confirmed that an initial sum of $1.9 million had been intercepted, though unverified reports suggest the total could the total could be as high as $3.53 million. The Justice Minister further directed that the matter be referred to the competent prosecutor's office to initiate judicial proceedings and a full investigation into the origin of funds and any potential criminal liabilities. The development comes just days after President Felix Tshisekedi signed a decree establishing a specialized criminal court to handle economic and financial crimes. Rescue teams have recovered the bodies of all 5 mine workers who were trapped underground following a mud rush at the Ekapa Minerals mine. The incident occurred on February 17 when a sudden flow of water saturated soil and debris surged through sections of the mine, trapping workers below ground. The South African Police Service (SAPS) has since opened an inquest into the incident, adding that the company, which employed more than 1,000 workers, has applied for liquidation and all mining operations at the Kimberley site have been suspended pending further investigations. The incident adds to a history of mine-related trapping and fatal accidents in South Africa, where aging infrastructure, illegal mining, and unstable ground conditions continue to pose risks. You are listening to Vicinity 95.3 FM, transmitting live from Ikejile, Ijesha. Global News will continue shortly.
Music. Sports.
In towards the car, go!
Entertainment.
Cut the beat.
Politics. All on your darling station, Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Ijesha.
Thanks for staying tuned. For news updates and live streaming, visit our website at vicinity953fm.com.ng. You can also provide us information via email at vicinitynewsroom@gmail.com or call 070-6108-3107. Now the rest of the news. Pakistan Foreign Minister Senator Ahmed Ishaq Dawside said that the country remains committed to eradicating the menace of terrorism as the clock ticks down to the end of a temporary ceasefire with Afghanistan. Both countries announced a halt to weeks of hostilities last Wednesday for the Eid al-Fitr holiday, agreeing to a temporary ceasefire until midnight Monday. Mohammed said Pakistan remains firmly committed to eradicating the menace of terrorism. Afghanistan and Pakistan have been locked in conflict for months over claims from Islamabad that Kabul is harboring extremists behind cross-border attack on its territory. The Taliban government and a medical source said one person was killed by a mortar shell fired by Pakistan in the eastern border province of Kunar. Iran's defense council threatened to lay sea mines to block the entire Gulf if Iran's coast or islands are attacked. According to Iran's defense council, any strike on its coast or islands would prompt the deployment of naval mines across key waterways, effectively blocking access routes in the Gulf. The council warned that such action would create a situation similar to Strait of Hormuz, severely disrupting maritime movement for an extended period. Development comes amid reports that Iran has already restricted access to strategic waterway, permitting some friendly countries, China, India, Pakistan, safe passage of their ships through the strait, while attacks on vessels and alleged mine-laying activities continue to unsettle global energy markets. Meanwhile, United States President Donald Trump has issued a strong warning threatening decisive action against Iran's power infrastructure if the Strait of Hormuz is not reopened within a 48-hour deadline. Russian President Vladimir Putin congratulated North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on his re-election as chairman of State Affairs. Kim was re-elected as president of the State Affairs Commission, the country's top governing body, during the first section of the 15th Supreme People's Assembly held in Pyongyang on Sunday. Putin said the decision by deputies of North Korea's parliament, the Supreme People's Assembly, clearly demonstrated unanimous public support for Kim's cause. He added that Russia will continue to work closely with the country to further develop the comprehensive strategic partnership between Moscow and Pyongyang. A bit of sports. The Confederation of African Football has officially updated its record to name host Morocco as the champions of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Checks on CAF website today, Monday, show that Morocco are now listed as the winners of the Total Energies CAF AFCON Morocco 2025, with Senegal recorded as runners-up. CAF's appeal board determined that Senegal's actions constituted a forfeit under AFCON regulations. CAF President Patrice Motsepe also defended the process, stating that no nation will be favored and emphasizing the need to uphold the integrity of the competition's regulations. To end global news, here are the recap of the major headlines. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has promised to intensify efforts against insecurity across various parts of the country. We told you that Kenyans recruited to fight for Russia in the war against Ukraine are set to be granted amnesty upon returning home. Lastly, you heard Russian President Vladimir Putin congratulated North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on his re-election as chairman of State Affairs. And just before we go, the last line. Monday is for people with a mission. That was Global News. It was edited by Oyedayo Folonshaw. On behalf of the production team, I'm IBRAHIM. Thanks for listening. Please stay tuned for News Nationwide at 6 o'clock. Good afternoon.